Coach Phillips for this opportunity and to be a part of the Clemson Tiger family. I'm wearing orange. I'm sitting right here in front of you. I've been scoping a few of y'all out. I think a few of y'all I could use an offensive line and maybe some of you catch a few footballs for us. So I am a Clemson Tiger. And I can't tell you how excited I am to be a part of this family and look forward to great things that are ahead.
So, Coach, you did not interview for the head coaching job at Tulsa?
At the University of Tulsa? Well, and I want to back up just a little bit. You know, I am forever indebted to Coach Graham and Bubba Cunningham, the athletic director at the University of Tulsa, and the university and the family there and the players for buying into and believing in me and buying into what I was about. And I did have contact with them in regards to the position that's open. I was never offered the position. Contrary to what everybody was saying, and I wasn't going to get on a plane. And we had made our mind up Sunday night. I guess it was Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, after talking to Coach Sweeney, and that we were going to be a Clemson Tiger. And you know, one thing you know about my wife, and she's once we make a decision, we're sticking to it. And I've been very blessed in that regard. But did I talk to them? The answer was yes. They did. Bubba Cunningham, the athletic director, did call, and we did visit and in depth, but there were many other applicants that he was going to visit with as well. And so that was today's Thursday. Yeah, that was Tuesday. Yeah, because I think Coach Graham left on Tuesday, so it was Wednesday, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. What a Tuesday. Today was Thursday. I mean, yes, it's been a whirlwind.
Sunday to come to Clemson, then you interviewed for the job on Tuesday.
No. I talked to Bubba Cunningham on Tuesday, the athletic director, and you know, again, I'm forever indebted to that university, and he was so great to me and my family, and visiting with him, a phone call. I'm not gonna not answer his phone call, and so you know, he and I visited. That was one of the stipulations as Coach Sweeney and I began to talk, was that he had to you know, make sure that he called Coach Graham and our athletic director, because again, I think very highly of those men and the leaders of that university.
So, if they offered you the job, you wouldn't take it now?
I am a Clemson Tiger.
Coach Morris, what can the fans expect to see out of this offense under your direction next year?
Well, you know, we got several hours here, so we all just get comfortable. We're
I don't know. Dabo could probably there.
Well, you know, the number one thing, and I think, you know, Coach hit on it just a few minutes ago, was the misconception of the spread. You know, are we a spread offense? And you know, yes, we're going to spread the field, but there's a lot of teams in the country that spread the field from sideline to sideline. But there's very few teams that try to put stress on a defense going vertical. So not only are we going to spread the field sideline to sideline, but we're going to stretch the field end zone to end zone. And you know, we are a power, physical football team offensively. That is what we're going to hang our hat on. We are going to run the football. I feel like in no matter what league you're in, you better be able to run the football. You better be able to be balanced. And I think that you can look back and obviously looking at this past year and seeing the balance that we had. But not only that, if you wanted to go all the way back into my career, you could look. We were very balanced throughout my head coaching tenure and calling plays. So you can see a balanced attack, a very physical attack. We are going to take shots down the field. We're going to run the football, set up the play action, and take shots. And we're going to do that by going extremely fast, and we're going to control the tempo of the game. But you'll see a lot of different structures, and when I mean structures, you'll see us in a 3-by-1 set or a one back in the backfield, and then motioning back into a 2-back set. You'll see some 2-back set and motioning back into a 3-back set. You'll see, obviously, the word out was that Coach has never used a tight end in his life. He doesn't know how to spell it or abbreviate it, and that's not the case. We've used tight ends quite a bit this year, and matter of fact, that was one of several of our best sets was our tight end package. I feel like that the way that we utilize our personnel and create matchups, mismatches with our best athletes on the less superior athletes. So, what are you going to see? You're going to see fast pace. You're going to see a tempo offense. But more importantly, you're going to see a lot of kids having some fun. And you're going to see, I can't wait to get back and working with Coach Scott and Coach Pierman and those guys and getting Tony on board here. And so we can sit down and talk some ball. But, that's what I'm excited about is getting in and building relationships with our staff here and our players. Because if the players believe in you and they buy into to what you're about, you can line up and run the wishbone and be successful, in my opinion. But not that we're going to do that, and they need to be out there. We're not going to be a wishbone team. But I just want to create that atmosphere. Is that we're fixing to have a lot of fun with this, and the kids are going to see it on our face as well.
Let me just add that one of the things I would say is in talking to him, we started visiting and talking X's and O's. There's a lot of carryover. That was one of the things that I liked the most about Chad. There's a lot of carryover. There's some carryover in terminology. There's a lot of carryover in a lot of things that we have in place. Run the power, run the zone, run the counter, run the toss play. We have to draw. A lot of carryover. The biggest thing is we're going to do it better. And we're going to do it faster. And I think that we will have a very unique scheme within this conference. I think that's going to be something that's going to really fit our personnel here and the personnel that's coming in here. And he did a great job of presenting it, and it's easy to see why he's been so successful in calling.
Coach Morris, you're from Boca.
Yes, sir.
You're from out there down in the Texas, Oklahoma area. Why Clemson and why Coach Swinney?
Well, as when Coach originally called and we started the conversation and starting to look at the and knowing, being a college football fan and knowing the brand of football in the ACC, knowing the history of the Clemson Tigers and looking at the opportunity right now. As I studied it, as I did my research and my background, and as Coach was interviewing me, I was interviewing him, and I mean it has to be a right fit, and on both sides, it's like recruiting kids. It's got to be the right marriage, and to know that what they went through offensively last year, they did some good things. They did, and we're going to build on those, and we're going to exploit those good things that they've done. And but one thing that we're going to do as I started researching this and looking at it is the kids are here. The recruiting class that we got coming in is that we're extremely working hard on over the next 2 weeks is unbelievable, and it's just set for success. And it's laid out in front of us. It's going to take the right personality. It's going to take the right fit, and the only way you know that is to come in and to visit and to spend time. Just when I flew in a couple weeks ago or a week ago and spent a couple of days, my wife and I and kids spent time with Coach Sweeney and Kathleen and his family. It didn't just stop then. Coach and I talked and continued to talk over the phone, and questions that I had, questions that he had, and we just, this is a well thought out on both sides. And so I think the kids are here. I think the kids coming in are going to be on an equal playing field as the kids that are here, and the excitement level that these kids are going to have when they just meet me and they understand my personality. Back to one of you asked about offensively and running the football. One of the things that we talk about is we may only run 3 offensive run plays during spring ball. And if that's all we get in, that's okay. But we're going to get really good at something. And we're going to hang our hat. When it's 3rd and 3, we're good at this. You don't trick people. You line up and you play your style of football. And you get good at what you do. And at some point in time, if this is as good as you are and you've gotten as good as you can at these things, your identity, I call it our identity, then that's all you can ask for your kids. And they'll believe in you, they'll trust you, and they'll know that they've been through that rep in practice, and they know this is what Coach is going to call. And why Clemson? Because I think that the potential here and getting to visit with Coach Sweeney is I think the sky's the limit for what's about to be ahead.
Chad, have you thought about adapting your system from a Conference USA to ABC, and also when you say 2-back, is that
Well, we will run the eye. I mean, you're adapting from Conference USA to the ACC. I mean, football is football, and I mean, it was what was successful at Lake Travis High School for me. When we moved to Conference USA, it was successful there. Football is football. The speed of the game is what changes. The adjustments that you have to make are a little quicker. The players that you're going to play with are a little better, and so it's about making adjustments. It's about adapting to what our kids can do. And the only way you get in there is I'm going to study a lot of film on what they've done in the past and seeing what these kids have excelled at. And the thing about our scheme is it's very easy. I think you just saw the success that it's had in other conferences outside of Conference USA. And I think that again, the sky's the limit. These kids are going to be hungry, and I promise you they're going to have one of the best off seasons they've had since Coach Sweeney's been here. I can promise you that.
Coach Sweeney, how much does recruiting and your perception of all your hires, recruiting ability, how much does that play into the way how you hire?
How you fit your staff? Well, I mean, there's a lot of good coaches out there, but you better be able to recruit. Simple as that. You better be able to recruit, and these guys are all going to be tremendous in that, and that's a very big part of what you have to think about when you're putting the staff together.
Coach Morris, being in high school ball so fairly recently, do you know 16, 17-year-old kids better maybe than other guys?
I like to think I do a little bit, and that's one thing I've heard, and I've talked to people since being in the business as well. You're a high school coach and you only got 1 year college experience, and I said, yeah, well, what about the 18 years that I spent from coaching kids from 6th grade, 7th grade all the way up, and having to get them to adapt to my style. I'm very proud of my background and my upbringing as a high school coach. I'm very blessed, far more blessed than probably I deserve, but I feel like that I can relate to not only the high school kids, but the high school coaches. And I look forward to the opportunity to getting out and shaking every one of them's hand in the state of South Carolina. Because when I'm able to sit down across their desk and visit with them, there's we've got a unique bond. We can relate to each other in many different ways, and I look forward to that opportunity to get to know them and to share and listen to them and learn from them and share some knowledge with those guys. And so that's an exciting task that I'm really looking forward to.
For Tony, what do you anticipate being the challenges